On a quiet Thursday morning in Ggaba, Kampala, what began as a normal day at a daycare center ended in one of the most disturbing acts of violence the country has seen in recent years. 4 children, all under 3 years old, killed inside a place meant to protect them.
I know English only, madam.
Can you use English?
Yes, please.
And at the center of it all, a man who had just returned home after 2 decades abroad. You are listening to the New Vision CSI Crime Stories podcast with reporting by Stuart Yiga and Charles Setukuri. This is the story of Christopher Okello Onyum and how investigators believe this attack was planned. Christopher Okello Onyum is not just any suspect. He holds dual citizenship, Ugandan and American, and had spent more than 20 years living in the United States before returning to Uganda in November 2025. He had been working in Northern Virginia as a nursing assistant, but his return home was anything but straightforward. Investigators are now trying to determine whether he came back willingly or whether he was forced to leave. At the center of this story is also a family conflict. According to detectives, Onyum's father, a retired senior accountant, wanted him to remain in the United States with his siblings, but Onyum had other plans. He wanted to come back to Uganda and farm. That disagreement appears to have shaped his decisions in the months leading up to the attack. After returning, his father helped him settle, first in Bunga, a Kampala suburb, then on family land in Nuoya district. But once again, Onyum walked away. He abandoned the farm, returned to Kampala, and moved into Chianja. Just weeks later, the killings would happen. Investigators now believe the attack began days before anyone realized. On Tuesday evening, 2 days before the killings, Onyum visited the daycare center. He introduced himself as a parent looking for admission. Staff told him it was late. He should return on Thursday. He left quietly, but detectives believe that visit was no accident. It may have been a dry run, a chance to observe routines, entrances, vulnerabilities. April 2nd, Thursday morning. At around 6 a.m., Onyum leaves Chianja. He makes several stops. In Bunga and near the old taxi park, he purchases knives, many knives. He also acquires padlocks. By 9:30 a.m., he arrives at Ggaba Early Childhood Development Center. Calm, composed, still playing the role of a parent, he pays 180,000 shillings in admission fees using mobile money. Everything appears normal until it isn't. Within minutes, he locks the main gate, locks administrators inside their office, then walks toward the children's play area. 4 children are there, unaware, unprotected, and what follows is brutal. Four children aged between 1.5 and 2.5 years are killed. But the attack doesn't go unnoticed. A border rider across the road sees something wrong. He climbs over the fence, confronts the suspect, raises alarm, and within minutes residents gather. The crowd turns violent. Police arrive in time. They rescue Onyum from being lynched But tensions spill into the streets, tear gas is fired, gunshots ring out to disperse the crowd. Parents rush in, desperate, panicked, but are held back. Some are about to learn the worst news of their lives.
My father is there. Mama, come down. Children. You can't carry me because I asked for children.
You come down, Mama.
No.
Come down,
No.
They will take you away.
I want my children. I seen where children are in. Give me the children now. I'm not keeping quiet. I was calm until you carried me. Let me tell you, all of us are not going to keep quiet. Give us our children as you handle us.
Onyum is accused of killing 4 toddlers: Gideon Eteku, Kisha Agenorworth Otim, Ignatius Serunyange, and Ryan Odeke. Following his arrest, Christopher Okello Onyum is taken into police custody. He is currently being held under maximum security as investigations continue.
We expect the outcomes of the DPP to give us final guidance, but our ultimate objective is to see that the victims get justice and we hold this perpetrator accountable.
Initially processed through the Criminal Investigations Directorate in Kibuli, under Ugandan law, a suspect in a capital offense like murder must be produced in court within 48 hours. However, such cases are only mentioned at the magistrate's court level. Bail is not granted at this stage.
You are charged with 4 counts for the offenses. Number 1, it's murder, contrary to section 171 and 172 of the Penal Code Act, Cap 128. It's being alleged that you, Christopher Okello Onyum, on the 2nd day of April this year at Ggaba Child Development Center, Ggaba Trading Zone, Ggaba Parish, Marketing Division, Kampala District, with malice aforethought, unlawfully caused the death of Eteku Gideon. Count 2, so murder.
On Wednesday, April 8th, the case was forwarded to the High Court, which has jurisdiction to try capital offences. Sources indicate that Onyum has already recorded a statement.
Cooperative with a coherent speech, intact memory, and exhibited good judgment. His thought process was found to be normal but believed in wealth by human sacrifice and was able to explain the reason.
He has also undergone a medical and mental health evaluation. According to the Director of Public Prosecutions, he is not insane. Medical and psychiatric assessments found him to be of sound mind, capable of understanding his actions.
The accused is in his possession a valid driving permit, number is 624-85-866, issued by the state of Virginia, USA, on 31st July 2025. A copy of the driving permit shall be relied upon at trial. The accused previously applied for and acquired a learner driving permit in Uganda, which expired in the year 2023. On November 28, 2025, the accused applied for and was issued with a certificate of good conduct by the Directorate of Interpol and International Relations. On the 20th of March 2026,
Investigators recovered a blood-stained knife believed to have been used in the attack, along with 2 others found in his possession. Postmortem reports indicate the children died from shock resulting from severe injuries. He appeared in court calm. Detectives have also searched his residence in Chianja. They recovered documents including his American passport. Prosecutors are now building a case that may rely heavily on premeditation, his movements before the attack, and his mental state. He has been committed to the High Court to stand trial on 4 counts of murder.
Okello mulaba yatuga omwana wange n'omuguwa namala namutekako akaveera ekyavaako okuziira ndowooza kubamu ebiri mu mabaluwa.
But there's another layer investigators are exploring, a past incident. Police have heard Onyum may have previously been involved in the killing of a young stepbrother, a case reported years ago in northern Uganda. The victim was around the same age as the children killed in Ggaba. That detail has raised even more questions.
Kakati Christopher era yengeera bw'omulaba era nga mutini engalo ezimu tezenkanaakana zirina.
His father has also told police that Onyum has lived with sickle cell disease since childhood and that, over time, it may have affected his mental stability. But investigators are cautious because the evidence so far suggests something else: planning, preparation, deliberate action. 4 children are gone, families are shattered, and the community is still in shock and searching for answers. Why did he return? What pushed him to act? And was this truly about mental illness or something far more calculated? As the case moves through Uganda's courts, those questions may finally be answered. This is a developing story. You've been listening to the New Vision CSI Crime Stories podcast with reporting by Ggaba and Charles Etukuri. For updates on this case and others, follow us at New Vision Wire across platforms.